Hey guys, welcome back to the Tukes and Tires YouTube channel. As always, I'm Zach, and I figured we would do a shop update because I've been pretty quiet for the last 2 months, and I've had a couple messages of people asking me, where have I been? So I thought we'd take the time to talk about kind of what's been happening in my life, why I haven't been posting car content, and kind of the behind the scene things, kind of what's happening with other projects that we started, and current projects and stuff that we've had on the go, so you guys are, fully up to date with stuff that's been happening. So little sneak peek here in the background, you can see kind of what happened. So I got married. So I've had a lot of real life things in my life right now happening, like more adulting things, I guess you could say. So I've been pretty bummed that I haven't been able to actually put out car content, but obviously, this stuff that I do here on the channel is more of a passion of mine and definitely not a full-time gig. Hopefully someday it might be, but we're working up to that. So I've had to take some time off just to do other things that are, I guess you could say, a little more important in my life and everybody else's life around me, like family-wise, so that we could get that kind of stuff done. So like I said, we got married. That was a blast, and me and my fiance, well now wife, we went on a honeymoon to California, so that was super fun. We went to Disney, and we did like Cars Land. That was my whole plan of that right there, just to go to Cars Land, because, I'm car crazy. And yeah, we got a couple other things on the go. We've actually been building a house or a home, whatever you want to call it. So that's been taking a lot of my time lately. For people that don't know, I don't really post it out there anywhere, but my regular day job, I am a carpenter. So, obviously all the car stuff is just what I tinker on after work kind of thing. So yeah, we just been obviously trying to build our family and our home and stuff like that. So I've been taking some time off of car stuff to actually just try to get that stuff done. So my life has been pretty chaotic lately, and yeah, just adulting and doing all those things, and yeah, just trying to get to a point back to where we can actually start working on some car stuff. So yeah, just married thing, that was pretty sweet. But I figured we'd talk about a couple projects, like the one that we started, like the Witchy Woman, our boat. We can talk about the C1 Chevelle, kind of a few things I've tinkered around with that. And we got a super cool little sneak peek on something that I bought for an upcoming project that you guys are going to see probably towards the end of this video. I don't know how long this little kind of update's going to be. I know we got a bunch of new subscribers on the channel that are probably pretty interested in the C1 Chevelle. So there's a whole playlist on that car. That is my street legal stock car, so definitely go watch that, get up to date on everything we've done on that thing. I have been filming a video on this car, kind of doing a more of a deep dive and what it's like owning a street legal stock car. So hopefully I get a few days here in between me doing stuff on our home that I can actually get that video done for you guys, so you can actually see kind of what it's like to just be in the car, and the whole kind of build kind of wrapped all up into one video. So I think that's gonna be super cool. But yeah, the C1 Chevelle is just a wicked ride to begin with here. Literally have not done a lot since we finished the car. My buddy Kenny actually gave me some new foam for the seats, so we added that in. So we got some thick 2.5-inch foam on the bottom, because these seats have just been a killer, so we're going to try that out. Hopefully that's better. I still have the original Summer Racing kneeling pads that we bought on Power Tour as well, still behind the seats, just in case we need to use those, because I haven't been able to go on a long enough ride in this thing to see if that foam is good enough, since, our honeymoon and everything. But I'm hoping to get that, all tried out. There's a bunch of little maintenance things that still need to happen on this car that I've been neglecting to do, just because I've been trying to enjoy it. I found out that I don't know what the proper word is here. I love the build process so much of vehicles that I don't take the time to enjoy them. So I've been doing that, just trying to enjoy the car since we built it, just because it is a beast of a car, a machine. I absolutely love this thing. I love, being able to be the one to hold the history of this car now. It's super cool. Love it. So yeah, hopefully we can get a video out on the C1 Chevelle, so you guys that are new here just can, basically get a whole deep dive into this thing. 54 Chevy, we drove that on Power Tour last year. Not much on that, other than we just took it to my wedding. Yeah, this is just something that I just cruise around in just because I love this truck. But let's talk about the Witchy Woman. So for those that are, interested in the boat content and kind of what's been going on there, so we're going to give you kind of like behind the scenes of, I have a video also in the works for that thing, but just there are some things that just didn't line up in the timeline here. So obviously being in Canada, we are going into fall now. So trying to find a body of water where I'm from anyways to get it on there is going to be a little bit more difficult this time of year. And I've had some actual trouble actually getting parts for that thing. So like the last video we did on that thing, we built the motor, basically the motor's ready to go. I have ordered rebuild kits for those things. We got it all ready basically to fire up, and I got my distributor, everything all set for that, but I was waiting on parts for the jet drive. So if you haven't watched those couple videos, there's only 2 out right now on the boat. Definitely just go watch those things, just because that project, I'm super excited to build a jet boat. I've been having no luck ordering stuff online for that thing. So I originally bought on eBay, I bought a rebuild kit for the pump itself, like the jet pump, and a new main shaft, and neither one of them ever showed up. So obviously I had to get refunds on that stuff, and then to do with our wedding and everything, I just haven't had time to figure out where to go to find new stuff for that. So I was really hoping to build or film a video of rebuilding that jet drive, and that just never happened. So that's kind of a bummer, and that's kind of why there hasn't been a boat video out yet, just because lack of parts, and that kind of sucks. So, that's just real life stuff. It happens, right? Everybody deals with that kind of thing. So hopefully we're going to be able to actually fire that motor up, because it's pretty well ready to go. I'll put a picture of it on the screen just because we kind of have it packed away right now, just so it doesn't get all dirty and stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely wicked. I can't wait for that project. So that might be something, if I can manage to get parts for it, that, and we can find a body of water to get the boat on, we might go do that, but I don't have high hopes for that. So basically, I have a couple other projects in mind that we are going to do over the winter, and it might excite some people, because it has to do with something that's been a shelf here in the background. For those people that have been waiting around for the Blazer, I am thinking that this winter is going to be the one that we actually work on that, because I really wanted to get the Chevelle done, because it was more so, for me, the Chevelle was something to show what I'm capable of building, and just have a super cool vehicle that nobody else has. I know there's a couple other street legal stock cars out there, and other people have done it, but I wanted to build my own rendition of a car like this. I've always wanted a K5 Blazer, but it's always just something for me that that's going to be a daily driver, and it's not, I don't know what the right word is. It's something I've always wanted, but not a super passion project. But we are going to start working on that thing, just because winter's just around the corner here. It's going to start getting cold, and that truck's already in the shop. So it just makes sense to work on that. We might even rebuild the boat jet drive over the winter, just because that's a thing that I should be able to do. And we won't be able to maybe cut the boat, because I won't have space to bring it in the shop, but we're gonna see what happens. Who knows, this winter might be pretty mild, so we might get a chance to do a whole bunch of stuff, work on cool projects over the winter. But obviously here, living in Ontario, Canada, we have to deal with the snow and everything that comes with that. So that's kind of a little deep dive on the stuff in here. So yeah, I just wanted to, again, thank you guys for being super patient, and for those that have been wondering where I've been at, that's kind of just how life's been going. Just regular adulting has been happening in my life. So thank you guys for sticking around so far. till this point, watching all my content, please go watch everything else that I have out on the channel, because there are a lot of cool things that I've done in the past, but hopefully we're gonna, get some other cool videos out. But just before it gets dark here outside, we're gonna go out and show you a sneak peek on something super cool that's gonna be coming up next year that we're gonna be working on, that I've been planning for a long time now. And I've been gathering parts slowly and talking to people about this thing, and yeah, just a super cool sneak peek. So we're gonna meet you guys outside at the side of the shop. And just before it gets too dark outside, to show you guys this really cool piece I got here for a sneak peek on an upcoming project that we are going to be doing probably in the new year. So sometime probably next year in the summertime. I've been trying to gather a whole bunch of parts for this so that we have a super cool build that you guys like. This little thing back in the background is going to give you a pretty good hint on what we're going to be building, but I've wanted to build one for a long time. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it's this right here, this front frame section. So if you know what this is for, definitely comment down below on what we might be building next year. This was just too good of a deal to pass up on Facebook Marketplace. It came with a whole full tilt front end kind of piece that goes with it. So, little sneak peek here just on this thing. We got it for a smoking deal. I couldn't pass it up. So that is something that's going to be coming in the new year. So if you definitely know what that is, definitely comment down below. I am super excited to show you guys that project. But thank you guys for understanding with, just regular life stuff has been happening, but hopefully we can get back to some regular car content soon. So I'm really excited to get on to that stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. We'll catch you next time, and don't forget to salute the beaver.